My igniting question is to do with anxiety and the raised effective filter of pupils when completing oral work. There are lots of people in the class, like 20 actually, year 9 pupils, and they're all aged between 13 and 14. They are set 4 out of 6 possible sets. Now, everyone is keen in the class to take part and answer questions. Now, but some of them are very daunting, really. And there are a number of reasons why this is the case. Some of them find it so difficult to speak and are anxious. There's plain old anxiety about communicating in a foreign language, and there's anxiety about getting it wrong. A type of test anxiety, even when it's just oral work in class. Now, the worst is fear of negative evaluation, when students are worried about other people's opinion and they don't like it when people laugh at them, and nobody does. Some of the pupils can't see why they need to study languages. After all, everyone speaks English. Many of the students have no desire to interact with a French person. And I think they call that integrative motivation or intrinsic motivation, sometimes just self-determined motivation. Check out Freud, Deci and Ryan, Valerand and lots of others to know more. They have no desire to speak a foreign language or even know about foreign cultures, and they don't plan to live abroad. So they may well say, in fact, my future goals lay elsewhere. I want to be a YouTuber, a lorry driver, or an astronaut perhaps. But they may have a goal which is to get a good grade. In fact, most of my class do. Their parents expect it too, as Gardner, Masgret and Tremblay all say. And this instrumental or intrinsic motivation is really independent of the activity. The pupils just want to avoid punishment and get rewards. Now this bit's complicated. Call it self-confidence, self-belief, self-perception, or as here, self-efficacy. It's all important. There are lots of theories about this. See Zimmerman, Schmidt, Clement, Journet, Gardner and others. It's all about a belief in their ability to accomplish something. Now if the pupils don't believe, then they won't do it. So here, to sum up, are some of the ideas. And the question is, what can I do as the teacher? I'm not suggesting for one moment that I'm a superhero, but firstly, I can make the classroom a good, safe place to be. Gardner, Tremblay and Journet mention the importance of classroom environment. And number 2 on Journet and Sizer's list of 10 commandments is make the classroom a safe place to be. As a teacher, I need to think about how to feed back in class. In addition to the types of feedback listed here, there's also many others to consider. Explicit correction, clarification requests, meta-linguistic comments, repetition, or no feedback. The studies are numerous. There's Ellis and Shintani, Corder, Lister and Rana, Mori, Schmidt, it goes on. So what the teacher does is very important. If the teacher brings target language culture into class and heightens intrinsic interest, then this will impact positively on enjoyment and pleasure. Peacock looked at using authentic teaching materials. Also, the teacher needs to make use of school reward systems to encourage and praise. Desi and Ryan suggest students naturally seek gratification, which is offered as a reward. And on a similar theme, we've got use of technology. I think this will go some way to reducing anxiety. Horvitz suggests making the learning context less stressful. An avatar and games could do this, and certainly makes the language classes interesting, which is number 6 on the list of 10 commandments. So here's some of the theories that have impacted on my learning sequence. There are others too, but given the scope of this study, I have to limit the list. And here's my learning sequence. It's all self-explanatory really, but I would add for point 3 that amongst others, Diornai mentions that students taught on a communicative course had a more favourable attitude. So I'm going to focus on that because a favourable attitude means better motivation, and hopefully better motivation is going to reduce anxiety.